Hi, it's Raul Mosley, and welcome to episode 12 of the Bourbon and Pearl Show, starring Raul Mosley. I don't think it ever said starring. That's the first time I've included that. Probably because Jamie is with me here in the room. She's just chilled out there on the recliner, looking at her phone. Daisy's all curled up in the dog bed. So it's Tuesday. It's late on Tuesday, at least for me. It's 9:23, and I don't like doing these in the evening because I probably look like one of the walking characters from The Walking Dead by the time this time of day or night rolls around. But we got some cool stuff. First off, happy birthday to Ariana Alicia. She is our designated birthday member of the day, so wish her a very wonderful and happy day. We don't have any session anniversaries today, but I do have a reveal of products for Kaylee Reed, who stopped by on Friday to pick up her stuff. So let me go ahead and roll that video of her opening her album. I think it was an album. I don't remember.
I could just take you home with me if my landlord would let me. I would.
So I have one print that I am going to redo.
Okay.
It's a glorious print, but you'll see. You go ahead and open it if you want to.
Okay.
So we've got some good ones here. And that one right there, there's just a little bit too much color on the knees. So I'm going to revise some stuff and get another one to you.
Is it just singles in here?
I think there's probably another one back in there. Potentially they wrap them up collectively. So. I think you had it right. Yeah,
Did
right.
I?
I think maybe not. Maybe it's at the very top, the other end. There you go, right there. Yeah, I started untaping it from the packaging that it came in. It's like, that took a little while. So I think you got to go up. There you go.
I have just all kinds of exciting stuff today. I'm so excited.
Exciting stuff? Yeah.
Yes.
This is the top of the list, though.
Yes, it definitely is.
So I think these are 12 by 18s. And that one, isn't that such a cool one?
I love this one.
Can you show that one to the camera a little bit? Like, just, yeah, that's just perfect with that pumpkin. Love that.
I forgot which ones I even picked out, honestly.
Exactly. Giving you pictures of somebody else and you don't even have.
Yeah, I have a tattoo appointment as well today.
That's the 16 by 20. Need scissors or something? I can give you.
Yeah.
Let me grab something. Take your time on that, though. Okay. You know, I think there's just one 16 by 20. I think. So you can see everything that's already in here. You might just keep it wrapped up until you get home with that. Unless it looks like there's two, but I don't think there is.
I don't think there is. I think I only got one.
Yeah. So, can I hold these?
Yeah.
And we can feed them in together to the plastic. You want to put them back in that way?
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh. There we go.
Just hold steady and let you work it up. Good. Do you want to take this one back, or can I keep this one for now?
You can keep it for now.
Because I want to see. I want to compare it to my image.
That one you're gonna fix?
Yeah. I want to see if the because I just don't recall the knees being that orange on what I sent. So good. And then you've got more prints in that bag right there. In case you all didn't see, look at this glorious sunflower session print. Love that. Can't do that in February, unfortunately.
Little bow.
Yeah, I would slide it off myself, or else I would never get it back on.
Daisy. What's going on? All these people in and out today. Here. You're so sweet. You're so sweet.
Daisy camped out in the studio as usual here.
You stink. She's got a grooming appointment coming up.
She does.
Oh. What have you been in?
So we've got cool 5x7s, and that one, if I need to redo that one, I can do that one as well.
Actually, I kind of like it.
Okay.
The way, because the wings
Oh,
are...
this one.
Yeah.
I was talking about the one right
Oh,
behind
this
it.
one?
It's got the same.
I don't think it's too bad.
Okay. It's not as noticeable as the other
Yeah.
one.
My knees are naturally red too, so.
Who knows? We could have also had you like, sitting on the ground.
Oh my goodness.
Hi. Hey, pretty girl. Hi, pretty girl. Yeah.
You know, I think you're the only one that I've ever used the fan with.
Really?
I think. Maybe
I love
somebody
it.
else, but I got those, was all excited about it. And
We had one girl bring a fan. I think her name was Megan. She was the one that
Yes.
wore the
Yes.
flag booty short.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was her fan. She, I think, took it with her. But
Yeah.
you bought fans because of that. You smell so bad right now.
She
What
may
is
have
it?
given us one.
Hmm.
Possibility.
These just look so much better than like my review.
Yeah?
Yes.
Just because they're on paper and not on the computer screen, yeah.
You look gorgeous.
Yeah. I have to say this was probably my favorite one. Not, I have, all of them are my favorite though.
Good. It was a fun shoot.
I'm being so excited.
Really like that combination of shooting in the studio for a couple outfits and then heading.
Yeah, it's just fun.
I gotta get another one here soon because I'm getting all this new artwork done.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
Any popping colors?
No, I just got, so last week I got a piece done all the way down my spine.
Oh, was that rough?
Honestly, this part up here was the worst.
Yeah.
Because it was the most detail. I got a butterfly. And then down my spine really wasn't that bad. But, and then...
That one that's like literally labeled with, these are the thoracics here, this is the lumbar.
I could
And
see
then
that.
today at 1, I'm going to get another one.
Yeah?
I'm going to go get a rose.
How long is that going to take you?
Probably about an hour and a half.
That's not bad.
That's glorious.
Yeah, I
right
love
there.
this. I forgot I got this one. I love that. Oh my goodness.
It's always fun coming back in. You're like, oh, I didn't even remember the pictures that
Yeah.
I took out.
I love this one too.
It's funny for me because when I'm editing the images, like, immediately after the shoot, I've got 100 things in my head about any given shot.
Right.
But those all, I forget all that stuff, and now, this much time later, I'm just left with the pictures, and it's like, oh, that's a nice picture, without all the details. Like, I can actually appreciate them.
I love them. You did such an amazing job.
Oh,
You
thank
guys,
you.
both of you, you're amazing.
You've got a good team.
He does all the work. I just. I send people invoices.
They
So what
are
are you going to
amazing.
do with these?
So for these ones, I ordered like rope lights. For the smaller ones, I ordered rope lights, and I'm gonna hang the rope lights in my room. And then I'm not sure with the bigger ones yet. I think I'm just gonna make a whole wall in my room.
Do a
Nice.
wall.
Now that I'm single, and they're for me.
Right.
Prince anyway. All right, welcome back. So Kaylee has taken the step also of sharing in our group, perhaps you've seen it, a picture of the prints that she has put up on her wall. So she's got some creative ones. I'll go ahead and show that picture here so you can look at it. She got the package that has some very large prints in it. In fact, one I'm going to reorder, as you saw in that video. The coloring was just a little bit off, and we want things to be as perfect as they can. So reordering that is just not an issue. So let's see. In terms of new news, a couple things to share with you. The first is that I have launched a brand new Twitter account, and it is called Indiana from Above. And what I'm going to do is record part of my screen here so that you can see the new account, Indiana from Above, and it's hashtag above Indiana. And so I went out today to 4 different little communities here in north central Indiana. I started in Sweetser and then went to Converse and then to, I believe you pronounce it, Muir, and then finally over to Amboy, and did just a brief drone tour of those little communities. So it's my first shot at doing that. I've got some ambitious plans to get people on the ground to tell me the story of particular locations as I'm shooting down from above. So that being said, if you have a special place, whether it's a church, a social organization, a business, a farm, even your house, that you would like to share a little bit about, then let me know, and perhaps we can connect. Got some really exciting projects coming down the road with this for Above, or Indiana from Above, and that's on Twitter. It's also on YouTube. Launched a YouTube channel for that as well. And you can link to the YouTube directly from Twitter. So there's that. The other thing that I wanted to share with you is a bit more personal, and I have been thinking for a few days whether or not I would share this, but it's so central to my life right now that now is probably a good time for that. And not even my family. The only person who knows about this is Jamie, and that is the announcement that my doctor has diagnosed me with type 2 diabetes. So it was something that came as somewhat of a shock, because I've had it verified recently that nobody on either side of my family has diabetes. So it was just kind of like I thought I was impervious to it, but apparently I wasn't. So, boy, where do you go with this? I'll tell you exactly where I'm going with it. My doctor decided, you know what? Blood sugar is high. Let's give this guy diabetic medication. Let's put him on metformin and just, go from there. There was no discussion about changing lifestyle, changing what I eat, all that stuff. And I'm going that route. The general consensus is that type 2 diabetes is not reversible. I don't believe that. I've watched enough people on YouTube, credible people on YouTube, to make up my mind that it is in fact reversible, at least at the level that I have it now. So that is involving for me a complete change of what I eat. I say complete change. It's not really a complete change because, and here's the shocking thing to me, I've never been into sugary drinks, really. I occasionally have a Coke or something if I go through a drive-through, but I usually don't have a soft drink in my hand. I don't eat a lot of sweets. I'm just not a big sweets person. Occasionally I'll binge, but that's like rare. And the one time that I did that recently was in February. No, actually it was Thanksgiving Day this last year. I think I had made some cinnamon rolls, or somebody had made some cinnamon rolls. I'm guessing I did because I felt the liberty to eat more of them than I should have. And I had the ones that come in the little section in the grocery store, so they're not huge, like Cinnabon. But I put away probably 6 in the course of a brunch and then the lunch that followed or whatever. So at one point I was out here in the recliner, and I just felt like I was literally 30 feet under the ground, had just like sunk to the bottom of reality, and it was looking up into a tunnel. And, it was like, okay, this is really weird. And obviously my blood sugar had spiked. I knew it was a dumb thing to do, but I didn't think it would affect me that badly. So that's rare, very rare for me to do that. There have been a couple times where I've been given wonderfully
boxes of zebra cakes for my birthday, for Christmas. And, I can go through a few of those. Jamie, you gave me at one point, like, it was multiple boxes. It's the best gift ever, because I do like my zebra cakes. But, maybe once a year I'll get a box of those or something. But, as far as the rest of it goes, there's not really a whole lot for me to cut out, with the exception of carbs. So that's what was causing the problem. I like my deep dish pizza that I learned to make. You go through the drive-through and you get a hamburger, and you've got the hamburger bun. That's just not great for you if you do have elevated blood sugar. Of course, the fries are also a bad thing because they break down into glucose and raise your blood sugar. And then if you have a Coke on top of that, things get a little out of control. So, I've got a PhD, so that means I sat a lot for quite a bit of time doing research, and that wasn't the most active lifestyle. I was kind of active in Texas, but at one point I drove for Uber, did 5,000 plus rides for Uber, and if you're out at 2 o'clock in the morning and you're in Dallas, and there's an In-N-Out or a Whataburger and you're hungry, then, we'd go to the drive-thru. I also worked for a food bank, and for about 2 or 3 years there, most of my food was provided by the food bank. And that was a really good opportunity to eat well because there was enough stuff to take home, and I did for the most part. But there were some times where they would say, hey, you see that pallet over there, all those boxes? That's really good New York cheesecake, little bits of it that are in this box. And okay, fine, I'll take a box home. Everybody else was. And I would get it home and look at the side of the box, and it would say 25 pounds. 25 pounds of cheesecake. Or the time they sent me home with 4 sheet cakes. What am I going to do with 4 sheet cakes? I gave it to people in the apartment complex that I was at. But for the most part, I didn't go crazy on the sweets back then. But it was that somewhat sedentary lifestyle for a number of years, combined with the typical American diet. And here's the problem. There are so many people that are either diabetic or pre-diabetic, and they're doing what we just do in terms of eating here in America. And I am not a conspiracy theorist by nature, but I'm thinking really hard about both the medical industry combined with the pharmaceutical industry, combined with the big food industry. And Jamie and I went shopping at Meijer tonight, and we're just astounded at how much of the stuff that's in the grocery store section is just not something that I can eat anymore as a type 2 diabetic. It just rules out aisles and aisles of stuff. You really have to hunt and find the stuff. So I'm steering more to a low carb, more of a keto type approach. My goal is to get my weight down. So that's priority number one. I did it before about 10 years ago, and just watched what I ate, just on a daily basis, made sure I was around 1,600 calories. I would usually aim for 1,300 and then slide up to 1,600, but that worked. I think it's going to be more difficult with type 2 diabetes from what I understand, and given the fact that I'm another 10 years older. But anyway, I've been doing this for a couple of weeks now, and continue to roll with it and continue to go work out and do all those things. Because I do want to reverse this thing. I think it can happen. And if it doesn't, I'm still going to be in a far better shape. But it will be something that I'll probably have to just be conscious of my entire life from this point forward. I share that because I would love to hear what some of you are doing in your journey to deal with diabetes, because we've got 7,000 people in our group. And if you take the percentages of people who have this thing, there's at least 1,000, maybe even 1,500 to 2,000 of us in this group who are really dealing with this thing. And I would love to hear success stories. If anybody has reversed your diabetes, I would love to hear that.
I know the A1C number usually takes a little while for it to come down, about 3 months. It's a slower moving number compared to just getting your blood sugar taken. So I'm going to pose a question of the week, and that is something along the lines of how are you fighting the monster of type 2 diabetes, if that applies to you. And if you want to submit a little video, then I would love for you to do that. There's a place on our webpage, just www.bourbonandpearlsboudoir.com. And if you go there, there is a button that has a link to a Dropbox folder. So if you click on that, then you can take a video that you have recorded on your phone, hopefully in landscape mode, not portrait. So stay wide so it fits the format of this video. And share that with me. And then what I'll probably do is end up sharing that next Monday. So that'll give us the weekend to collect more responses if anybody wants to share. So anyway, that is all I've got for you here on Tuesday, the final day of February. No leap year. It seems like I check my calendar every year to see if there's a leap year, and there never is. So anyway. We'll see you back hopefully tomorrow. Bye.